Good evening, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you guys are having a fantastic one out there, wherever you're watching from, West Coast, East Coast, North Coast, South Coast, Central. I appreciate you stopping on in as we dive into a full album reaction of the 1992 album Bloodline by Recoil, third studio album by the band. We are listening to this because this was suggested and sponsored by Nico. So Nico, thank you so much for the over-the-top support, for the request. I truly appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I see that this particular album had also been suggested by Papa Quini, whose name I hope I'm saying correctly, over on the channel. So thank you as well. We have listened to a singular track from the band a while back. That was Want. And now we want some more. Diving into this, of course, this is featuring Alan Wilder from Depeche Mode, of a band that which we've covered a decent amount. And I'm kind of curious to see what he produces here on his solo album. Well, maybe not solo album, that's not the right word. On his separate album, separate material, of course, from everyone else. We got kind of an interesting lineup. I couldn't help but notice some of the personnel here on the album. Moby, you have. I don't know if I've ever listened to a Moby song. Like, I know he's known as an electronic artist, but I don't know if I've ever listened to him, right? I can't think of like a song that I may have heard from him, but I know of him. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Thank you as always for being here and for stopping on in. If you don't mind pressing the like button before we go ahead and dive on in, it will help a great deal. And just recommends the video to others, perhaps who are interested in of like mind, and that helps and goes a great deal through. And of course, the Buy Me a Coffee is there if you'd like to sponsor a song request or even an album request. That is available. And besides that, we are going to pretty much dive straight on into the album. Hope you all are having a lovely day. We're going to settle in, settle back, let the music talk, let it speak, and we'll of course be there to reply and answer. No coffee today, just a little bit of water to keep us going, to keep us hydrated. And so without further ado, because there's been much ado, Faith Healer is the first track. Recoil, Bloodline. Here we go.
I'm believing that the Holy Spirit is going to allow the hand and the foot and the mouth just to begin to speak and to minister and to heal, coordinated by the head.
Starting off with a good foot. definitely electronic.
All you got to do is feel your body's gonna stop here. Fingertips and holy fire, everlasting sweet desire. It don't matter what the doctors say. Heal a man, sail away. Immortality for two. Miracles can come to you. The faith healer. The faith healer. Can I put my hands on you? Can I put my hands on
I like how the guitar expanded from its previous riff. Now it comes into itself. There you go.
I'm believing that the Holy Spirit is going to allow the hand and the foot and the mouth just to begin to speak and to minister and to heal, coordinated by the head.
faith and hope and charity, simple relativity. He can make you understand. Come enough to take his hand. Remember when somebody said, "Ask a man inside your head." Fingertips and holy fire, everlasting sweet desire. The faith healer. The faith healer.
There you go, man. Jeez. There's your release. I think you get a really fantastic sense of where the rest of this album can go just based off of the first song. You have the pulsating electronics that, of course, begin it all. And they kind of, to me, this is just where my mind goes, it kind of has this cybernetic, futuristic sound to it, a little bit, a slice of dystopian kind of theme. And then you expand upon that and bring in the rock element, bringing in the guitar, which you heard kind of riffing throughout. This is mostly electronic, but you heard that guitar riffing throughout. And then I love about halfway through when that guitar is allowed to expand into a different riff. And that alongside with the pulsating electronics and the throaty vocals here from Douglas McCarthy, that makes this like an explosive, momentous track that has a lot of really interesting energy. Like, no, I'm not going to say that because I don't even know the genre. So how can I speak of a genre I don't know of? Take what I was going to say, which you don't even know, and I'm going to throw it out. But this whole thing almost also has a sort of near gothy side to it. And I don't mean like it's 20%, 15%. I mean like it's like 2%, but it's in there because there's a certain spookiness. There's a certain etherealness that kind of thrives in the music. And I would say, of course, when you're taking a solo member from a band, and you're bringing them into solo material, you get to hear, in a distilled and solo isolated way, what do they bring to that band, to that main group that they're in? So you clearly hear with Wilder those pulsating electronics, the dark vibe that the music kind of has, like kind of a coat on, has a trench coat and sunglasses. This is very Matrixy. And then you get like I said, they're rocking out as well. So I like how you get those elements in this track, just distilled in a particular way. And while I don't see that there's any necessarily live drums that are in here, that drum breakdown when it kind of reaches its climax is really fantastic. And it kind of warrants that build up, because this is a track that builds up for, maybe 4 to 5 minutes. And the build up doesn't feel like a build up in the sense of you're waiting constantly for the explosion. No, there's constantly bits and pieces of that throughout. So you're constantly satisfied. This isn't a breadcrumb trail leading to eventually a whole loaf. No, you get slices of bread. So you're satisfied. And then by the end of the track, you get your loaf and you're like, I wasn't expecting this because I'm satisfied, but I'm happy I got the loaf. And so that's what happens, in my opinion, by the time you reach the end, where the drums really come in full effect there. And I can imagine that if this was performed live and they have a live drummer playing that particular part, I can see that going really, really hard. I'm going to pull it up here real quick. Along with those hits, those echoey kind of hits. And this has a certain intensity to it, too. And the vocals from McCarthy, it's funny because, like, on one hand, his vocals don't sound so serious. They sound slightly tongue-in-cheek, slightly eccentric, like he's smiling as he's doing his deep, theatrical performance here. There's a smile on his face, like, he's not taking himself so seriously. But at the same time, it sounds really good in the music. So he kind of adds a looseness to the sound here as well. Let's go ahead and dive into these lyrics, if you don't mind. If your body's feeling bad and it's the only one you have, you want to take away the pain, go out walking in the rain. Watch the flowers go to bed, ask the man inside your head, your spirit never has to grieve, all you got is do believe. The faith healer. Listen, saying you don't have to go to the doctor or anything, just go to the faith healer, he got you. All you've got to do is feel your body's going to start to heal. Fingertips of holy fire, everlasting sweet desire. It don't matter what the doctors say. Healer man, sail away. Immortality for 2, miracles will come to you. Can I put my hands on you? I like that, the way he shouts that, and then that kind of goes off in there. Faith and hope and charity, simple relativity. He can make you understand, calm enough to take his hand. Remember when somebody said, ask the man inside your head, fingertips and holy fire, sweet or everlasting sweet desire. Can I tell you what this song reminds me of? Well, one, the way the samples are included, I can't help but think of Life in the Bush, of Ghost, and Burn. But more recently, I posted about this as well. I'm pulling it up right now as we speak. I posted about it. I'm not going to say my album of the year, but one of my albums of the year so far is Inferno from Boards of Canada. And can I tell you, this track actually somewhat reminds me, not necessarily musically, but perhaps thematically in an extent, reminds me of like Father and Son off of the album. I'm going to play a little bit here for you real quick. I'm going to skip into it. It's a weirder.
Then why can't you bring that same feeling home?
Like thematically, it's kind of hitting similar.
I really wish that I could do that.
It's such a cool album.
Let's see how I've lost track. Me too.
Highly recommend checking out Inferno if you're interested, just while I have that up here. Okay, let's get back to Bloodline. Moving on to the next track here. Electro Blues for Buka White. Here we go.
I hit you up my bug and sell up my black man.
Catch that.
Just like a child. Cause everything shine like gold, like gold, it's a lot of praise, don't shine like gold. I said, red boy. Hey, if we grown up. Cause everything shine like gold, like gold, it's a lot of praise, don't shine like gold.
Get your nightcap on my home and on down. Maybe for a day we gonna shake 'em on down. What's up, hold on? Must I shake 'em on down?
Interesting combination of styles.
Don't stop hollering. That's it, like that. Don't stop hollering. Must I shake 'em on down?
It really has this unique tension to it.
Get your nightcap on my home and on down. Maybe for a day we gonna shake 'em on down. What's up, hold on? Must I shake 'em on down? Baby got something I don't know.
Sounds like a sampled vocal.
Baby, drunk and down.
I like how that starts the rhythm with the hi-hat. It's just going do, do,
Don't stop hollering. That's it, like that. Like that. Try just like a child. Cause everything shine like gold. And gold, you know, it's a lot of praise. You don't shine like gold. That's it. Red boy. Hey, we grown up wrong now. Cause everything shine like gold. And gold, you know, it's a lot of praise. You don't shine like gold. What's up, hello? Must I shake 'em all down? Don't stop hollering. That's it, like that. Don't stop hollering. Must I shake 'em all down? Baby got something I don't know what it is. It's
got water in it.
Whiskey still. What's up, hello?
Interesting change to the atmosphere there.
Must I shake 'em all down? Late last night, baby, coming. Knocked on the door. I heard him when he told you, tell me she didn't want me no more. What's up, hello? Must I shake 'em all down?
Certain melodies coming in, you're sucked into nodding along with it.
Don't stop hollering. That's it, like that. Don't stop hollering. Must I shake 'em all down?
I like how that vocal is just
And so goes on down. I got the old piece of guitar, and I would want to play about hit your my boogie, shut up my like that. I want to find my baby in this great big world somewhere, and I got chance before he was passed, and he wouldn't even take my pass, and I shake his hand, what's his brother? He thought he could have a brother with him coming, and I said if I ever live to get paid, we're going check my buggers, tell them I'm like, man, I did was just knock me off my feet. I went down to get back. And I like it so bad. I thought it was
Fades out and the music stays. It's very nice.
I was coming up about downtown when they sitting up down on me. I was one to kind of carry. But now I don't know. But at the time, it was going so good.
And the strings are really coming in there. It's a long fade out. It's a very long fade out. There has to be some sort of outro to this. There you go. We're getting kind of creepy and experimental here. What a cool track that was. That was really cool, especially the outro, which when I saw that there was over a minute left on that fade out, there had to be something happening. And so for the outro, it changed it completely from this like Delta blues sampled, electronic fest into something very kind of creepy and filled with mystique, with the piano kind of scantily running around from this corner to that corner. I feel like I'm in a Scooby-Doo sketch with, something happening over there. And then we once again have some sample in the back during the ending, but I can't quite tell what it is. On this particular track, I see that the vocals are taken from a track, Shake 'Em On Down, from Buka White, and that's what's used here in this particular track. And it creates a really interesting sound together. And on one hand, you could say it doesn't work. On one hand, here's where I come in. I say that the combination of the vocals from Buka White and put in and mixed in with the electronics here, it still keeps the identities of the two genres very much isolated, very much characterized still. None of that is lost when you look at either part of this. You split it down the middle, atom to atom. But I will say, the way that they combine them together, it actually works really nice. It's very unique, this particular sound, bringing that very old style blues. I mean, I'm looking really quickly to see Shake 'Em On Down from Buka White. This came out, I'm looking it up right now, 1937. To take this track from 1937 and then mix it with this, music produced in 1992, and put the two together, I think works really well. I'm looking up the original track right now. Let's see, I'm trying to find it, or see if we can find a recording perhaps from Buka. Let's see, here you go. I'm just gonna play a little bit of it, and we're not gonna play the whole thing. I want to get to where the vocals are, perhaps.
Score my chain, study club until thee, but a common mess a hollow. I must shake 'em on down.
How interesting to take that style and mix it into this. isn't that like crazy? When you think about it, maybe now, you look at this and you hear this and you're like, yeah, we've heard, genre mashups and mix-ups and hybrid theories and such before. But I mean, I feel like this is very unique, unless I'm mistaken. That sounds very unique. And like I said, of course, my mind still goes back. When I hear music like this, my mind goes back to My Life in the Bush of Ghosts. But I think that the way that it's put together here from Recoil is done very well. And what's really cool is there's a lot of space, and I would assume respect probably for Mr. White Mr. White, Walt, sorry. In the way that there's also included not just the pieces of the song, but it seems some vocal interviews and samples of that in the beginning, conversation used throughout. So really, it's called Electro Blues for Buka White, and I feel like it's really made for him. Perhaps, obviously way past when he made the song, perhaps posthumously, depending on where he passed away. But it's really paying a unique honor to him in a sense. I think that that's really cool. And the track moves from, of course, this deep, dark, and pulsy kind of drive. And what's really interesting is that kind of midway through, there's a bit of a lightening up over the horizon as these synth strings are coming through to kind of provide this beautiful sunrise to everything. Then it dips back down. And then at the end, it really comes into full effect and creates this really beautiful kind of light into the track. Let me pull that up here real quick. And I like how you hear it come in from the background and eventually much more into the foreground. Here. The strings they don't last very long on this part, but what a cool track. And the way that it hits it in the beginning, it almost has this watery, ethereal kind of effect. And I love the way that changed. Because it changed the whole sound of the music. The interesting thing is, with this combination, the song already had a very unique vibe to it. It has this kind of laid back and yet somewhat aggressive beat behind it, the bluesy singing from Buka, and it's kind of moving with this forward, like this drive to it. Then this ambience comes in, keeps the drive, but takes the hood down, and there's that heaviness, that almost takes the place of guitar in a particular way. This was a very cool track. I'm impressed with this one. I like this a lot, and that outro was a cool way to kind of ride it out in a unique way. Let's look at these lyrics. Get your nightcap, mama, and your gown. Little before day, we're gonna shake him down. Must I holler? Must I shake him down? I done stop hollering. Must I shake him down? At least the lyrics weren't shave him dry. If you know, you know. Baby got something, I don't know what it is. Make me drunker than a whiskey still, yeah. Must I holler? Must I shake him on down? I done stop hollering. Done stop hollering, must I shake him down? And it just repeats these lyrics here from there until the end. Late last night, baby, I come knocked on your door. I heard him when he told you to tell me you didn't want me no more. Must I holler? Must I shake him on down? I done stop hollering. Must I shake him down? I'm done with words. Is it time to get to fisticuffs? What a cool track that was. I'm really impressed with that. Let's move on to the next one, of which it seems to be fading into here gently, and that's going to be The Defector. It's like a space bus. Scared of me. that dark club kind of music. Are you kidding me? Oh! This is that club. They just wanted to make a straight banger on this one. Are you kidding me? Those small changes in the drums make a difference, man. Oh, I see. Anthony Hopkins, Hannibal, Closer. I remember. This is. Oh, jeez, that deep bass hits, man. You put this on at the club, are you kidding? There's a lot of kind of industrial-esque factory sounds here. It's just two chords, man. I guess you got to put other piano on this side. I love those little breaks. I don't know why this song was called Defector. Because everything was right about that. There was nothing at all defective about that. That was a club hit. This is the track that they made this track to send it cassette, mail it over to the P.O. box of some club. It's in LA for goth night. Said, put this on. And you'll have everybody on that dance floor. Who's this? Let it bounce back, baby. That's Recoil. That's a club song. With the deep bass, the 808s kicking it back there. The little breaks, did it twice. Could have done it one more time just to let it pop. But these deep bassy breaks. That's nasty. That's disastrous. It's disgusting. This is such a cool track to listen to. You put this on, drive somewhere, and don't speed, but just cool. Just chill. This is a cool track. And a fun one at that. I love the inclusions of random other sounds and instruments alongside of it, because the track has a very cold industrial kind of sound to it. It moves like a factory, a poppin' factory, but it moves like a factory nonetheless. But then, for example, near the back end, you have the piano chords that come in first deeper, and then you have a little jangliness on the side that rings out every once in a while. Those heavy drum breaks, the movement of it all. Nice little changes in the drums as well, especially with the snare. You notice that it changes the rhythm and the kind of cadence of the music as it flows. Never losing that step, never losing that beat, but man, it adds a different way of hitting it. That's and hitting different auras too. It goes through its different motions, but it never loses the fact that it is a dance track, and you feel it on that one. This is good. And can I tell you, I heard Closer Please, and it wasn't until I clicked over here and it's Anthony Hopkins. Okay, well, this is the scene in Hannibal when he's telling Clarice, closer, please. And she's kind of standoffish, and he's closer. And then he freaks her out. Isn't that where it's from? I've seen Hannibal a few times, but it has also been a long time since I've seen Hannibal. Have you guys ever seen the Hannibal TV show with Mads Mikkelsen? That is the best rendition of Hannibal and one of the best shows of all time, and extremely underrated. That one. It's not when he first meets Clarice. Is it? I don't think it's when they first meet. I think it's. Well, maybe it is when they first meet.
A well-scrubbed, hustling robe with a
I'm trying to find
trophies from the.
You send that through now.
They say get closer. He's slamming it. It's somewhere. Maybe it's the next scene. Maybe it's the next time they meet. Either way, it's when they meet. Oh man. Okay. This is as the kids say, a banger. Edge to Life. Let's let it go. That was a song, man. You know this one's gonna pop just as hard, probably. I like the use of the guitar in there. With ASMR? chill track. This feels good. Bass pop. It's melodic too.
Persuasa di diventare un pezzo di zero ed io non l'ho visto. Mi piacerebbe uscire e ballare ancora con lui. Chissà. Ciao.
It's the bass popping in here.
È il mio piccolo Mario e mi piace molto ballare con lui. Mi persuasa di diventare un pezzo da zero ed io non l'ho visto. Mi piacerebbe uscire e ballare ancora con lui. Chissà. Ciao.
I only speak for myself. We are having a good time. I said I'll only speak for myself, and I said we. I'm having a great time listening to this album. After the hard-hitting, club, booty-shaking energy of Defector, Edge to Life chills us down just a little bit. We get some ASMR backing vocals, those whispery, beautiful ones, on top with some almost near kind of trip hop. It reminds me vocally and slightly energy-wise, but still moving in a electronic direction here. The vocals there are really, really nice. I love how lush they sound and ethereal they mix with the dreamy synths, and still keeping a nice driving beat, but not as driving and hard-hitting as with Defector. Just taking the gas off just a little bit, just easing our foot on the pedal, but still keeping a certain direction, a certain energy moving forward. And I thought that this was a really great track to kind of cool things down a little bit. On this particular track, you have Tony Halliday on the vocals, handling that. And just looking at some of her information, as I've personally never heard of her, she's the best known as lead vocalist, lyricist, and occasional guitarist of the band Curve. Not Curved Air, but Curve, with Dean Garcia. She's also been a member of some other bands here. She's collaborated with artists such as Robert Plant, Recoil, as we've heard, the Future Sound of London, we've listened to a little bit from them, The Killers, Orbital, many, many others. Very, very beautiful voice. When I saw the Uncles, I thought it was Uncle, like with a K, like DJ Shadow. I thought, oh, I have heard her somewhere else. And here's just a brief list of some of her collaborations as well. But really enjoyed her vocals because they really do add this unique dreaminess to the music. And I love the way that, you know, you have at least, there's probably a few more, but at least 2 lines of overdubs. You have her singing the main verse in that beautiful, dreamy way, but then you have those whispery spoken words underneath it. That just adds, to me, almost like a depth of narrative. And you do have that as well in the outro of the track, and you hear that spoken word happening in a conversation. Is it her, or is it another sample, perhaps, from somewhere else? I'm looking really quick to see if I can find that. And actually, yes. So the end, I'm looking here on Wikipedia. In Edge to Life, the end is Ippolita's monologue from Depeche Mode's Strange. Can be heard twice. Strange. Haven't heard this. Strange, a black and white mode by Anson Corbijn, is the second music video compilation by Depeche Mode, featuring the first 5 Depeche Mode videos directed by him. Gotcha. Okay. So that's where this has come from. So that's a bit of a Depeche Mode Easter egg put into the track here. But I love how smooth this one is. And some of the music in Edge to Life, you still get a little bit of those deeper kicks, as if kind of left over from the cutting room floor of Defector. But this one is much more melodically focused. And her vocals are a big part of that, if not the biggest. But see how that deep bass still kind of perfectly transitions from the previous track into this, but changing the mood of everything. I think that works really well. I'm just going to close my window really quick. But I love how that sounds within the movement of this album. And another thing, now that we've basically reached a little over halfway of the album, is it has a really great flow to it. I love a good track list in which the album has a nice flow between songs and tracks. And I think this album so far has done a great job of capturing that. I'm not waiting for a king. There's an edge to life that will cut you like a knife when you lay your head down to rule my mind or anything. There's a castle of sand that gets kicked in your face to see how easily you'd fall from grace. I don't need your band of gold. There's a piece of dust that crumbles in your hand if you decide to lose control to take me where I need to go. She don't need you. She's doing just fine. A simple man no one can escape. When you find out they're fake and you want to take the whole lot down, well, he could do more, but you can only see the traces that have gone before. If only you'd open your eyes, then you could see that you don't necessarily want to take this same path. There's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow if you walk the white line. There's a piece of dust that crumbles in your hand if you decide to lose control. There's a castle of sand that gets kicked in your face to see how easily you'd fall from grace. Yes, there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But that's only if you walk the white line. Now, is this if you follow the rules, so to speak? Or is this a white line like you'd find in the back of a club? If you make the wrong turn, you thought it was a right turn into the bathroom, but you make a left turn and you end up in a room with a lot of people and some of them are wearing sunglasses in there. Yada, yada, yada. There's white lines on the table, yada, yada, yada. There's an edge to life that will cut you like a knife when you lay your head down. You know you can't escape. When you find out they're fake and you want to take the whole lot down, there's no truth in the lie that only angels cry. There's no truth in that lie. It's more than angels that just cry. When everybody knows we're all born to die, there's an edge to life that will cut you like a knife. Almost like an existential realization. I miss you. There's no power that is such a thrill that can make a man or anything. I miss you. Just gotta take life by the hand and lead it where you want it. Let's move on to the next track here, which is Curse, which I see that this one features Moby on the vocals. Here we go. Metal snake breathing.
Lord, help me to believe I've got a need. Killed by the world, I'm filled full of greed. Dead to the touch of a human hand. Can't stand beaten down by a broken old man. Broken men fill a city full of sadness. Broken limbs fill a body full of badness. I need a need other than the sting of sin. I need a sweet kiss to sink a pain, the rut I'm in. I've got a lover, she closed me in another. A bad thing to bring a sacrifice under the covers. She said, could all that red come from inside of me? Like something living made a decision to cease to be.
Life isn't like that, life isn't like this. I have a need to know what it is.
Have you stopped to see what it is to be free? How the world has become a giant shopping spree. Lord, help me to believe how the world has changed. If it happens enough, does it seem the same? If it happens to me over and over again, will I cease to feel all the pain I'm in? Will I cease to feel? Will I stop to believe? Will I need nothing more than the air that I breathe? But why waste breathing on a living death? Why even bother with another breath? Why believe? Why care? Why even fucking feel? Why try to see beyond the evening meal? They tell me 4 billion people are alive today, but they say that life is sacred anyway. But then to see it, no one seems to be living. Oh Lord, what is it that we're giving? Then I left home to spend the night alone. And then I saw a man asleep on the cold stone. Was he asleep? Maybe dead, maybe dying. I saw in heaven all the angels were crying. I saw myself as I just walked by. I saw another as he turned a blind eye. I saw another as he kicked the man. And at his friends all laugh, I didn't take a stand. I burned inside, put my hand through a wall. I curse the world that there is suffering and cruelty at all. I curse myself that there is suffering and cruelty in me. That though my eyes have sight, they're too full to see. That this would be like a job and a wife, like a car and a house and a garden and a knife. Is it freedom to choose what is not a choice? Or is it freedom to silence what is not a voice? Is it freedom to have one belief? Or do you choose to live a life full of grief? I can't choose what I can't believe. That the way of life is to live and grieve. Cause I see living as a place in the sun, and the world as a place for a kingdom to come.
You got the spirit. Another outro? Curse. Musically, cool. I'm with it. 1992 is when this album came out. Recorded in 91. I don't like to focus on the negative for too long, but I gotta tell you my thoughts. Don't let Mo be near the microphone when it comes to rapping, please. The kids are calling it cringe. It's 1991, and there are so many rappers you could have approached. There are so many that you could have approached. But when I hear,
What is it that we're giving? I have a need to know what. Have you stopped to see what it is to be free? How the world has become a giant shopping spree.
Nope. Besides that, like I said, don't want to focus on the negative. Besides that, the music is cool. The music is popping. It has almost this like cyberpunk kind of feel to it, which I love how, it creates a new kind of rock and roll. Like it's kind of like a shock and roll, bringing those electronics into the music. And I think that this track actually demonstrates that really well musically. Like it has that excitement factor. It has that pulse, that headbanging kind of atmosphere to it. Get some really cool little bass lines that happen in the midst of this. A few samples seem to be included as well. Like, this is a pumping heavy track, right? Even with the vocal sample here, this is almost like a breakdown in the music. And I love how deep and, once again, industrial it comes into effect there. So on here, let's see. The coda to Curse contains a backmasked sample from The Lord is My Shepherd from You Must Be Certain of the Devil, which is a movie. No, I'm sorry. Fifth album by American avant-garde performer Diamanda Galas, which was released in 1988. Cool. Love the samples in there, especially in the midst of that dark kind of descent right there. And then got the outro.
I saw in heaven all
Sorry.
I burned inside. Is it freedom to
Sorry. There we go. Like, I like how this has like a pumping steam kind of energy to it. Like, it sounds like a locomotive, but a train to hell, right? Like it. And the hi-hat starting up the rhythm is cool. Like, everything is just cool in this track. The outro, once again, you get one of those nice little extended outros, but this time it kind of screeches and crawls its way into the next track there. Cool track. But, yeah. Lord help me to believe I've got a need. Killed by the world, I'm filled full of greed. Deaf to the touch of a human hand, can't stand beaten down by a broken old man. Broken men fill a city full of sadness. Broken limbs fill a body full of badness. I need a need other than the sting of sin. I need a sweet kiss to syncopate the rut I'm in. I've got a lover, she clothes me in another. A bad thing to bring to sacrifice another cover. She said, could all that red come from inside of me? Like something living made a decision to cease to be. Did she kill you? Life isn't like that. Life isn't like this. I have a need to know what it is. Have you stopped to see what it is to be free? How the world has become a giant shopping spree. Lord, help me to believe how the world has changed. If it happens enough, does it seem the same? You're blind from the facts. You could have brought NWA into this, man. I felt life like a kiss in the morning. I heard love like a rainstorm on top of an awning. But then I left home to spend the night alone. It's too wordy, man. And then I saw a man asleep on the cold stone. Was he asleep? Maybe dead, maybe dying. I saw in heaven all the angels were crying. I saw myself as I just walked by. I saw another as he turned a blind eye. From electro blues to edge to life, we're living. Curse. Let's move on to let's move on to the title track of the album, Bloodline. still like that steam, that it's like a piston. Chipped up Orton. This kind of brings in that 90s alternative rock sound. Oh, this stutter on the side here. Getting really interesting here. We were saved from the curse of the previous track, partially, in Bloodline. We were saved in the title track here. Ooh. This one it brings back Miss Holiday here. And I like how it kind of has this 90s alternative rock flavor to it. Do you guys hear that in here as well? Like, it sounds very of its time. And I don't mean that to disparage it. I mean that, like, it just sounds cool how it's firmly, it has its foot planted in the era, but still another foot planted in something a little bit more futuristic and, of course, electronic bass. So I think that that's a really cool way to bring it together, because this is completely different tonally for Holiday to be singing in compared to the previous track. You know, Edge to Life was much more dreamy and ethereal. This one's much more direct and upbeat and a little bit more raw, especially. I love the instrumental break that happens here. This, man. This was such a cool break. Bringing in these keys, kind of layering, once again, bringing in kind of a watery atmosphere, and then allowing some cool instrumentation to happen, whether it's live or sampled, whatever it is. It sounds great. You know, you have the bass that comes in, fills this up very warmly. These little gentle bassy bubbles popping inside. This is, amongst the music, like, here's how I'm going to describe it. This, rhythmic, fun, heavy. It has a heaviness to it, right? But it hits this, and it's like you're floating. It's like you're floating in slow motion there. Like, everything was happening fast. It's like it's kind of like a race. Race is happening fast. The cars are going by, and then all of a sudden, like, I don't know, you catch a car doing a drift. You catch a car drifting, and they played in slow motion. And that's what this is like. It's just like slow moving. You can look at every single detail. Gravel being kicked up. Like, it's just really cool how that pulls away from the track and then kind of gives us this moment of really great dreaminess. And I love how it plays with this. See the bass line coming through? Get a sample once again. I just like how we stick in here for a second. And then it whips us. Whips us back into it. And then that part, you hear it much more in full effect there. That, I don't even know what it is. It's like a symphonic hit really quick, and then it kind of stutters at the end. It kind of glitches out there at the end. And I like how you hear that before, during the first half of the track. It's kind of to the side of everything, more in the background. But then at the end, when it brings it all up front there, I like how it puts that on the main stage, so to speak there. I think that's This is another track I could see being a live favorite. You know, you bring some live drums and instrumentation to that. I think you got something there. I think you got something quite nice there. Let's look at these lyrics. Come on, the night is young. Seek me out because I'm ready to get stung. Birds and bees. She's looking for the bee.
Oh my.
Sorry.
My,
so long,
my.
feed me. Come on, show me. Come on, need me. Show me the way. Little Thundercat there. You just never ever get what you want. Come on, you deserve me. It's the thought of you in my veins. Show me the way. Show me the feeling. So long. It just repeats on from there. This is leather nightclub music. Take that as you will. Let's move on to the final track, Freeze. gonna lie, the piano straight sounds kind of weird in here for some reason. Not saying it can't work, it just surprised me. Very Radiohead. This kind of feels like a Philip Glass piece. Vibraphone. Or marimba, actually. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Full album listen. Bloodline by Recoil. Finished. With Freeze. So Freeze is completely different from all of the previous tracks. I feel like now kind of going through this album, it flows really well, but each track has its own identity in whichever genre, whichever sphere of music. It's kind of, you know, diverse in the way that it approaches while still maintaining a really seamless transition between all the tracks. And Freeze here at the end is kind of no different. If you don't mind, I just want to see something really quick. I know it fades out. It's a long fade out. And then into Freeze. It's interesting coming off of the back of Bloodline and hitting that final climax there, really satisfying ending. And then from a fade out there, kind of coming into a fade in here with something incredibly, I said his name during the music, Philip Glass here. This sounds like something, honestly, that like off of Glassworks. No doubt. All the arpeggios, all the repeated melodies, and the layering on top of them, how they begin to interdissect with one another like little puzzle pieces in a maze somehow coming together. Like, this track feels like an ode to that, because there's nothing like Freeze throughout the rest of the album. You know, there's not really a mood like it. So it's interesting how even at the end of the album, how he's still experimenting, trying new things, and the band's kind of taking things into a different direction, while still maintaining a seamless continuity throughout the album here as well. Because it ends on a really blissful note. I think that this does have, kind of like it's called Freeze, it does have an icy exterior to it, but there's a warmth of soul underneath it all. And especially as it builds up near the end. Hold on. This, when it gets to this part, this is when I feel like the warmth comes in. And I think that's partially because of the synths, the way that he brings them in at that particular point. Because before that, you have the piano kind of acting as that main melody. And I know it sounds weird, but the piano sounds weird in the beginning. Like, I don't know, there's something about it that almost clashes, not only with the track itself, but possibly even with the rest of the album. There's just something about it, because I guess we're so used to hearing synths and, you know, sequencers and this and that. So just straight piano kind of sounds a little out of place, but then he molds it and makes it fit into place. You just have to have faith in him, and you'll be healed. So I like how that's like all put together and really well. And I like how we end with something that could be seen as a little bit of a cool down from the album. You know, we had the big bang at the end of Bloodline, and now we kind of turn the other cheek and move into something a little more chill. So I appreciate that. I love how, once again, that works in a track listing, in giving a full experience of an album and making it all one big pleasurable time. I had a great time with this album, besides, you know, one little thing here or there. So third album, as we mentioned, 1992, produced by Alan Wilder, engineered by Steve Leon, and assisted by Dave Aringa. After completing Depeche Mode's most successful album, Violator, and subsequent world tour, Wilder co-produced Nitzer Ebb's album, Ebbhead. This cemented both a good personal and working relationship with the band's lead singer, Douglas McCarthy. Bloodline was the first Recoil album to feature guest vocalist, with contributions from Moby, Tony Halliday of Curve, and McCarthy. McCarthy's vocals are featured on the album's first single, which I didn't even recognize, was a cover of the Alex Harvey song, Faith Healer. We covered that track on the channel. I'll be honest, I just haven't listened to it in a very long time. I completely forgot about it. This album is also notable for the track Electro Blues for Bucca White, which introduced the idea of taking very old recordings and setting them in a new electronic setting. Moby, who contributed vocals for the song Curse, would later release his breakthrough album Play, which arguably contains clear stylistic similarities. On Play, Moby used several old field recordings by Alan Lomax, much as Wilder had used a 63 recording of White's Shake 'Em Down. The spoken elements of the track are taken from a recording titled Remembrance of Charlie Patton. Both source recordings can be found on Bucca White's revisited album. Interesting. And here, of course, you have all the different samples. Some of them I mentioned, but some of them I did not. In the short interlude between Electro Blues for Bucca White and Defector, there's a piano sample from the end of David Bowie's Aladdin Sane. Okay. An interpretation or slowed down sample of Laura Palmer's theme from Twin Peaks is featured in the instrumental interlude in Bloodline. Never saw it. And Defector is Wilder's tribute to one of his favorite bands, Kraftwerk. I guess if Kraftwerk was getting down in the club, I could see it. My favorite tracks. I gotta say, Edge to Life is more than likely my favorite track on here. With my second favorite, if you don't mind, I would actually put it between Electro Blues and Bloodline. Edge to Life is my favorite. And then I would put Electro Blues and Bloodline. I'd put them on the same level. I like them both for different reasons. Defector is just a fun instrumental. Faith Healer is a great opening with a lot of diversity and unique sound in there, just how they bring in everything. Like, it's a really complete track. Freeze is a great ending to the album to cool you down. And Curse is the 5th track on the album. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. I appreciate you all being here. Nico, thank you so much for the request. Thank you for the suggestions, the support. I truly, truly, truly appreciate that. Before you head on out, before you skedaddle to the next video, wherever you're heading, to close down your computer before you shut your laptop. If you don't mind pressing that like button, it helps a great deal. Share button as well, if you don't mind. If you want to share the video on your social, shoot it out there. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for stopping on in. Come back later, tomorrow, anytime. I'm here if you're here, and it'll be a great time. Thank you once again for being here. I will see you all later.